Hello, everybody. You're listening to Mark Ling, and I am so excited about this live workshop. I've known Aidan and Steve for several years now, and we in fact catch up several times per year, and we meet up in person quite often, either in the United States or back here in New Zealand. Aidan's from New Zealand like me, and Steve's from the US. This system here has changed lives. 100K Factory was first introduced in 2015, but and it was an incredible program then. And my special guests, what they are doing in 2017 though is quite outstanding. So you're going to see some amazing results. They'll walk you through the entire system live. There's a ton of eye-opening content coming your way, by the way, over the next hour or so. And at the end of the call, you'll also find out how you can get extra help from Aidan and Steve to build your online business. So regardless of whether you're a newbie or an advanced online marketer, you're going to learn a lot here today. If you do decide to join Aidan and Steve and get extra help from them in building your online business, I do have the most ridiculously amazing bonuses package that is going to help give you an unfair advantage over other people. Should you decide to join them, then make sure that you claim those bonuses from me later in the webinar too. Anyway, get ready to take lots of notes. If you're excited and ready to go, just type yes into the chat box. All right, I'm already seeing loads of yeses. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hand it over. I'm going to hand it over to you guys now. So, Aidan, Steve, I'll let you guys take over from here, and I will just mute myself and join in later.
Great, thank you for the intro. Always a pleasure to jump on these calls with you and be here with your audience. Guys, thank you so much to everyone who is on this call with us today. I guarantee you that it's going to be worth your while. As you can see, or hopefully you can see my screen. Just type a yes in the chat box if you can see my screen and you can hear me okay, and then I will dive in. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gary, Fred, Jason, Kyle. Great. How to make $10 per day and then systematically scale that to $100 per day, then up to $1,000 per day or more. Okay, we're going to be sharing with you a brand new website that we just purchased and set up about 12 days ago, actually. It's already earning a couple of $100 per day. And you're going to see the 7-step system that we roll out to do this over and over and over again. First question for you is, what do all of these people have in common? These people are all part of our 100K Factory program in 2016, and they've all built $1,000 per day businesses using the exact same system. These guys come from all walks of life, all corners of the globe. Many of them, about half of them, speak English as a second language. And this is just a representative sample of some of the people that are doing really well with this business model. So what I want you to know is that regardless of what you're doing right now, regardless of your experience, your background, you can absolutely make this work, because this works for regular people, all right? So I want you to be excited about this. And regardless of what you're doing right now, this is something that can complement it. So just type in the chat box, what are you doing with your online business? Are you just getting started? Do you work a day job? Are you retired? Do you do affiliate marketing, search engine optimization? Type in the chat box what you're doing. Sam says starting up e-commerce. Joe says newbie. We've got some affiliate marketing, Amazon, eBay, affiliate marketing, search engine optimization, working a day job, just getting started. Building websites. We've got people that are retired that are building a retirement income. Awesome. Okay, so everyone here can benefit from the system that we're going to be sharing with you. We've got lots of, hopefully, inspirational stories to share. We want you to be motivated and pumped up about this. It's something to get excited about. The 7 steps that we work through systematically allow us to pump out new websites that earn $30,000 per month or more per website. And we can do this in a very simple step-by-step process, okay? Now, you're going to see how we systematically scale it. You're going to see how our students have been able to use this model over the past month to earn literally millions of dollars. And at the end of the call, we are going to present our new program that we've just come out with, the new edition of 100K Factory, how we can help you get up and running and actually how we can do a lot of the work for you. This is something we've wanted to do for a long time, but we've never been able to package it up in such a way whereby we can actually just do it for you, do all the heavy lifting for you. So you'll find out about that later on in the call. Has anyone here actually been on a workshop or a webinar with us before? Just type a 1 in the chat box if you've been on one of our webinars before, or if you haven't, type a 2 in the chat box, and that's absolutely fine either way. I'm going to give you a quick background. That's me on the left, Aidan Booth. I was born and raised on a sheep and beef farm in rural New Zealand. Live in Buenos Aires, Argentina these days. I'm married to my wife, who is Argentinian, and we've got a 4-month-old baby who hopefully is getting ready to go to sleep around about this time. I started internet marketing for the geographic freedom. I wanted to be able to travel anywhere and earn money from wherever I am in the world. Steve, you come from a completely different background to me. Why don't you just share that for the people
totally
here?
Different background and completely different accent from the two of you guys here, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I spent, this is my second career. And so I spent 20 years in corporate America. So that has some good points and bad points, but I did that for, well, like I said, for 20 years. And I ended that career as a vice president for a Fortune 500 company. And I was a chief information officer for a publicly traded company. And I had a lot of financial freedom because I did well and was successful and was paid well, but I didn't have any time freedom, and I had zero geographic freedom. I mean, I had to go where they told me to go and do what they, told me to do when they wanted me to do it. And I was very, very unhappy and was always a bit of a frustrated entrepreneur, had always dabbled in internet marketing. So I just got really tired of it one day and I just said, I'm done. That's it. I'm out. And never looked back, and it was the best decision I ever made.
So, guys, I think it's important that you know who's talking to you. We are going to get into the gory details of this business model in just a moment, but it's important to know that the people talking to you have been around the block a few times in online marketing. Between the two of us, we've got over 27 years of combined online marketing experience at this point. We've tried most things, most business models online. This is without doubt the most exciting business model that we are involved in. Here you can see a screenshot of a brand new website that did $756,000 in its first 7 months. 756 grand in its first 7 months. That's pretty amazing, but it's not an anomaly. A lot of people are getting results like this. Now, even more exciting than that to me is the velocity at which you can grow your business. We've got this down to science at this point, where we can systematically roll out website after website and have them making money in their first month. And they don't all make $47,000 in their first month. Some of them might just make $5,000 in their first month, but that's still okay. Typically, these websites run at between 40 to 50% profit margin. So if you see $47,000 per month, it probably means $20,000 profit. Just type a yes in the chat box if you'd be pretty happy to take just 10% of that, like $5,000 in your first month. That would be pretty exciting, I think, for most people. But I want you to see that there is no glass ceiling, as Andrew mentioned at the beginning. Here's a student that earned over $1 million in his first 6 months. $1 million in his first 6 months. And again, let's assume he's got a 40% profit margin. That's $400,000 profit, which is pretty amazing. Don't be intimidated by these screenshots. We're only showing them to you because we want you to see what's possible here. Everyone that comes into this business model starts off at zero, right? So they start off at zero, they build to $10 per day, $10 profit per day. And the beauty of online marketing and online business is when you learn how to make $10 profit per day, you know how to scale that, and this business lends itself very much to scaling. So if you've got a PayPal account, type 1 in the chat box. If you've already got a PayPal account, you don't need a PayPal account, but if you do have a PayPal account, then it can certainly help you because you can use that to accept all of your payments. You don't need a business PayPal account, just a personal PayPal account is absolutely fine. That's one of the ways that we accept our payments. So what I want you to do right now is to get rid of any distractions, get ready to take some notes and start asking questions. If you haven't said hello in the chat box, do that right now. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want you to make sure that it's working. We are here in the background to answer your questions. We've also got one of our coaches, Brent, in the background. He earns tens of thousands per month from this system as well, so he's going to be there answering your questions. And we're here to help, guys. We want this to be as informative and useful for you as possible, and the best way to get the most value out of it is to actually use that chat box, okay? So with that said, I'm going to hand over the reins to Steve. Steve, do you want to grab the screen off me and take it away?
Yep, let me see if that works. There we go. You see my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
Awesome.
Good.
So, this business model that we're talking about, I get super excited about it. And one of the big reasons I get so excited about it is that every single day I get to log into our Facebook group from our class of 2016. And I get to see them talking about, things like, I just had, I love these $4,000 days. I had my best month ever. February is incredible. And Aiden, I think, is going to actually show you a couple of those from just, yesterday. And it's fantastic. We absolutely love that. It never gets old, to help people do things like that and to see that every single day. It's a good way to start your day right along with coffee. But when in putting this thing together, I was trying to figure out why that's the case. Why we've been doing this a long time. For more than 10 years, we've been helping people build online businesses. We've been developing information products and software and services and things to help people. And I've never seen anything, where we've had such an incredibly high success rate and happy customers and people just killing it all over the place. And I think it's important for us to think a little bit about why, because I think it obviously gives you some insight into this business model. And Andrew really alluded to it in his introduction. And I want to take what he said and just go into it with a little bit more detail. When I think about a business opportunity online, and I don't care whether I'm selling physical products or information products, or if I'm going to buy an affiliate site or something like that, it really all comes down to these three things, right? Almost any business does, but you have to have a product to sell. It could be a physical product, it could be an info product, it could be a lead, it could be an affiliate offer, whatever it is. You have to have something that you can sell. You've got to have a platform that converts. In this case, obviously, if it's an online business, it has to be a website. And you've got to have that ever elusive, reliable, targeted traffic. And, historically, I think when you're looking and evaluating at different business models, they fall short in one area, maybe one of these three, or two of these three, or God help us, all three of these three. Usually the suspect, and I think we talked about this, a little bit as we got started. Usually the usual suspect is traffic. It's usually the hardest part, but that's not. Sometimes it's hard for people to pick, a particular product or to find a set of products to even pick from. People have problems building websites, So the thing about this business model, and again, this is exactly what I think what Andrew was trying to say, is that I have never seen one where all three of these things are so easily accomplished, I guess is the way to put it. There's no hidden roadblocks. There's no gotchas. There's no, I just know somebody's going to get hung up here. And so I think that's why it's so, beginner friendly, and we have such success stories, and the people that, work the plan just do well. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I want to dive into these three things, and I want to sort of make the case as to why I think, they're so attainable with this business model. The other thing, and actually there's just a little added benefit, and that's another reason. And you're gonna feel like I'm really beating a dead horse, and I'm sorry, but I get excited about it, so you'll have to bear with me. At every turn, I sort of get delighted with this business model. And here's another example. It's also super friendly to everyone in the world, and that's great because it just makes things more interesting. I think Aiden's going to talk about this in a little while, but we picked 20 of our top students from 2016, and we flew them into Las Vegas a couple weeks ago. And we did that because we wanted to pick their brain. We wanted to say, look, what's working for everybody? What's the set of best practices? What did you do? Did you do anything differently than what we told you to do? What have you learned since you've been doing this? And they're all killing it. But what was amazing, and we didn't do this on purpose, there were 11 or 12, out of those 20 people, there were like 11 or 12 countries represented, which was unreal. And it just, points to, again, another lovely surprise. You don't have to live in the United States. You don't have to visit the United States. You don't have to have a U.S. business. You don't have to have a U.S. bank account. You could do this from anywhere in the world. And yet you're still, at least in the beginning, in phase one of our training, it's 100% marketing to the United States because that's the low-hanging fruit, right? Now, many of our students have gone on to market to other countries in addition to the United States. That's fine. But that's where you want to start, is the United States, because it's easy. Because there's just a bigger market. So anyway, it's just another reason why I like it. But let's talk about the product. We are talking about physical products here, for sure. We love this model. E-commerce is awesome. Selling physical products online is awesome. We have a whole separate company that does nothing but this. We hired a CEO this year, or actually late last year, to run our whole e-commerce company for us, so that we could do more training and things like that. And we do it with 3 different business models. And the one that we're talking about here today is the only one that gets around what's kind of the one bummer of selling physical products online. And that is this fact that you have to traditionally, buy inventory up front. And so, you have to worry about your supply chain. You have to worry about, running out of stock, delivery times. But mostly the big issue is cash, because you got to put the cash out. It's got to be manufactured and all that kind of stuff. And then it takes a long time to get your money back. So you have to always balance cash flow. So that's kind of the one bummer of at least 2 out of our 3 e-commerce models. But again, this business model delights at every turn in such a way that we don't have to buy inventory up front. Here's another way. We don't have to invent, we don't have to go off in a room and invent the next iPad. There's an old, oh man, I'm going to really age myself, but Steve Martin, who's, I'm sure everybody knows, but he's a comedian, very interesting comedy style. He used to do comedy records, and he said, all right, now I'm going to tell you how to be a millionaire and not pay any taxes. Everybody's like, oh, that's great. He goes, okay, first get $1 million. So it's like, okay. So yeah, I hope everybody sort of got that joke. But it's like that with products sometimes. It's like, okay, well, first just invent a really good product. All right, now we're on our way. So that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about having to invent something. We're not talking about having to go through, focus groups and 150 ideas to find a product that somebody might like to buy. We're going to pick products that are already selling online. We already know they're selling. There's so much data and information available online. We don't have to stress about this. We don't have to worry about it. We're gonna look at the signals, look at the metrics. It's very easy to see. We know what's selling. We know what has decent margins. We know where there's hungry audiences on Facebook. It's a no-brainer to find we know what the competition is selling. We know everything. So it's easy to find products, all right? Now, I've talked a lot about this whole thing where we're going to sell products and not buy them up front and all this kind of stuff. I'm sure you're wondering how we're going to do that. That doesn't really make sense all the time. I promise after we all get done talking and you sort of see the whole thing, you'll figure it out. All right, platform. So product, sometimes people get hung up on product if they're expected to, develop some brand new something or other. Websites, people get hung up on for a few reasons. Maybe it's technical. They don't know what a web server is. They don't know what FTP is. They don't know what HTML is. That's pretty common. Or maybe it's design. I can't draw a straight line. Really, seriously, it's very bad. My daughter, the artist, right, and she makes fun of me all the time. I have no sense of color, design, nothing. So that's a problem. Sometimes with websites. And then the other place where people sometimes get hung up is, well, geez, I got to develop all this content. I've got to write, tons of articles, and they all have to be unique, and they have to be interesting enough to hold people's attention, and or have to write all these blog posts or whatever. And by the way, I'm not suggesting that that's not good stuff to do for a website. In general, it is, but it's not necessary for e-commerce sites. Look at Amazon. Amazon is, I would say arguably, one of the ugliest websites ever developed. And really thin. I mean, while it's huge because it has practically infinite number of products, it doesn't really have any content on it, right? So you've got a horrible looking website, and you've got a website that doesn't really need any content. Why is that? Because it's just an e-commerce site. People want to go to a grocery aisle. They want to go someplace to just get their fix and buy what they're looking to buy. They're not there to research and study. Okay, for the most part. So we get around all those things because we use some software that you just push a button and it installs just a skeleton of a site, right, which already has the colors right and the design correct. So we get around the technical issues, we get around the design issues, and then to get around the content issues, again, we're talking about this whole thing where we just need a simple website. So we're looking at things like this, right, where you've got this is a typical homepage of a website that we drive traffic to that makes tons of money. It's very simple. It's got 5 images, one from stock photo, and the other images are product images from the manufacturer, and 26 words and 8 prices, right? And then if you look at a product page, you might have a better picture, another picture. You might have a nice 7-word headline, another price there, and then the specifications are usually copied and pasted from the manufacturer, the supplier. So I mean, I think you can see it's like building these websites. You don't have any of those gotchas. There's no issues with design. There's no tech issues, and there's sure as heck not any content issues, right? So again, the product we've kind of nailed. There aren't any surprises. This business model delights. The website, again, no surprises. This business model delights. And now we get to traffic. So before I just get to traffic, let me just ask everybody, and let me see if I can get to the chat box here. The question, there it is. If you guys just type in 1, and just to let me know that that this is a good pace and that you guys you're getting this so far and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk traffic. Now, it's all about Facebook. Facebook is the single best source of traffic, in my opinion, for e-commerce. And the reason is because it's this perfect storm, this holy grail of traffic where you can get a ton of it, you can get it cheap, and it's highly converting. And much like a business model that can have all 3 components easily, these 3 components of advertising are usually pretty rare to have all together at the same time. And that's what we have with Facebook. And we've had it like this for years. It's not like this is some flash in the pan, that's happened overnight and it's probably going to go away. This has been developing over years. Facebook has been getting better and better and better. Until, I expect it to keep getting better and better, but I'll tell you what, it is damn good right now. And so I'm going to try and explain why it's so absolutely amazing, because there are a few reasons. On this slide, there's 2 takeaways. Okay. The first is this concept of return on investment. So if you look at the middle there with these squares and the arrow, what that's showing, right, is that we spent $135.49 on advertising. For that advertising, we got traffic from Facebook. That traffic went to our website, and the traffic bought $1,018.76. That's sort of roughly equivalent of Facebook saying, look, if you give me $1, or for every dollar you give me, I'm going to give you $8 back. That's a pretty good deal, right? So like if you had a guy around the corner who said, hey, listen, bring me $1. I'll bring you I'll give you $8 for that dollar. Every dollar you give me, I'm going to give you $8 for that dollar. How many dollars do you want to give that guy? Every damn dollar you have, right? And you're gonna break into your kid's piggy bank. You're gonna get as many dollars as you can. That's the scenario that can be set up here with Facebook advertising, because the other takeaway here is that you can start to see how we can break up our advertising into chunks. And we can do it in a whole bunch of different ways. It can seem a little overwhelming at first, but trust me on this, it is not rocket science. There is a part of this that's rocket science, and actual rocket scientists will work for you, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this part can be learned very easily, okay? And it's very process driven, and it's very sort of step by step. And you will always find these chunks, okay, that give you all these dollars back for the dollar that you give Facebook. This middle chunk here, $136.22 we spent on traffic, and we got $6.93 back. That's not as good. That's like $5 for every dollar. But we're spoiled, for crying out loud. $5 for every dollar is still, well, beats digging ditches, as I always say. That's great math. We love that math, right? And you got $136.43 for $12.50. That's like $9. I'll take all three of these, right? And in this scenario, we have actually chunked up the audience, chunked up our targeting by age. These are age brackets over here on the left, okay? And so what Facebook has is this opportunity to chunk up your targeting. So we could do it by age, we could do it by gender, we could do it by overlapping interests or just interests, like people who like American Airlines, but they also, or any of these airlines, but they also have to like these travel guides. You know, that's a certain type of person, right? And we have a whole process like where and Aiden's going to talk about these ignition packs later on, where we do a lot of this stuff for you. But, you know, you walk through a niche and you just kind of understand intuitively. It's common sense, you know, who are the celebrities in that niche? Who are the, you know, this is obviously the travel niche, right? I mean, it's common sense. This is easy stuff, okay? And oh, by the way, you can sort of stumble through it because there's such an embarrassment of riches within Facebook because there's so much traffic within Facebook. You can stumble around and you will always find these chunks that return such an amazing, you know, amount of dollars for your $1. And here's an example. You know, you could set up such really laser targeting where they have to like certain airlines, but they also have to like certain travel guides, but they can't like these other budget airlines. I mean, you can do crazy stuff. You don't even have to, but you can. But the point of this is it still reaches a ton of people, 530,000 people in this example, which, you know, you get crazy doing all this match and you think, geez, you know, that I'm not even going to reach one person. But because Facebook is so huge, you've got this opportunity. And so the laser targeting, the ability to chunk up and target your potential audience, you know, chunk up your targets, means you're always going to find these profitable chunks, these chunks where if you give Facebook $1, you know, they're going to give you $5, $8, $9 back, whatever it is. But wait, there's more, okay? Because here's where it gets really, really interesting. Facebook has, and again, this is unlike, if you think about Google AdWords back in the day, and Google SEO as well, there's an adversarial relationship with advertisers and Google for AdWords, and there's an adversarial relationship with Google and people who are trying to do SEO. There is. So there is the complete opposite of that with advertisers and Facebook. There is a symbiotic relationship, okay? And it's mostly because of the way that people use Facebook. People are on Facebook for 20 minutes each on average, each time they log into Facebook. That is an eternity in internet time, all right? And they are there, you know, watching their cat videos or whatever, and they don't mind. They're doing all sorts of different things. And so the ads are not really intrusive to them. They're interrupt driven for sure, but they're not that intrusive. People are used to them. On Google, people are there, usually, they have a problem. They want it solved. They are doing a search. Google's popularity relies on them getting an answer. Advertising gets in the way of that, in general, okay? So here what we have, again, is this symbiotic relationship. And Facebook wants to make money. They're a publicly traded company now. They have to make money. They have to show growth every month, every quarter, every year, right? And so they want to create a scenario where you are willing to give them all of your dollars. Well, the only scenario that I'm going to give them all my dollars is if I get a ton of dollars back for the dollar I give them, right? So that's what they're trying to do. And so they built this whole infrastructure, and they hire all these people who are way smarter than me, right? And they have all this artificial intelligence and programming resources, and they are there ready to help. So what does that look like? Basically what it looks like is you just have to tell Facebook, hey, listen, I've done my job. I've spent a couple hours. I've got, 2 or 3 chunks, and they're great. They're making me money. All right. I'm getting $5, $6, $7 back for every dollar I give you. Life is good. But you know what? I don't really want to work anymore. I want to go to the beach. I want you, Facebook, to now take the start that I've made, all right, which is, potentially a smaller scale, of people who've bought from me and everything. And I just want you to figure out of your other couple billion people out there, who are all the other people that should be seeing my advertising so that I keep getting the $5 back for every dollar I give you? Could you just handle that for me? I don't care how you do it, because I know you know it way better than me. And that is rocket science. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Yep. And it's literally with a click of a mouse, they will do it for you. How do they do that? Because they know everything, pretty much. And then they have really smart people and all this artificial intelligence, but they know everything because we let them. We put a tracking pixel on our site that they give us. And then Facebook knows everything about who visits our site, what they do on their site, what products they look at, whether they put it in the cart, whether they abandon the cart, whether they ultimately buy it, whether they come back later and buy it. They know absolutely everything about the traffic, and then they know everything about those people, because Facebook knows everything about people who are on Facebook, everything. And then what we are able to do is basically say to Facebook what I said before. Look, we're going to go to the beach. I'm going to click this button, and you are now going to handle what they call a lookalike audience, which is a very understated way of saying, I am now going to work for you, and for now until who knows when, the unforeseeable future, I am just going to continue to throw more and more of my billions of people at you who I absolutely know already, because I'm super smart, are going to give you $5 back for every dollar you give me. That's really how it works. I know it sounds crazy, but you can turn a small audience of people into enormous, never-ending flow of traffic that converts. It's fascinating. And everybody is in line. Everybody's motivation is the same. There's no adversarial relationship. But there's even more, because Facebook can also handle the retargeting. I'm sure that everybody here has been stalked, with ads around the internet. We all have, right? Joe, but they're very effective. I mean, super effective, like to the tune of, if you're not doing them and all of a sudden you do them, you increase your profits by about 20%. That's been the average that we see. So, the scenario is that Joe comes to the website, he looks at a backpack, he adds it to the shopping cart, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He doesn't buy it. Why didn't he buy it? I don't know. We don't know. Maybe he got distracted. Maybe he got a phone call. Maybe he didn't like there was shipping. Maybe he didn't like the end price. But what we could do, again, with the click of a button, because Facebook handles all this, we could say to Facebook, hey, listen, next time you see Joe watching a cat video, can you just remind Joe, hey, you forgot to buy your backpack. So could you just go back and grab it? And if you do, we'll give you an extra 20% off, 50% off, or we'll give you free shipping, whatever it is that makes sense. Okay. And that's huge. And it just all adds up to Facebook doing the work for you, right? 20% boost in profits. There were a couple people, believe it or not, in that room of our top 20 students who were not doing retargeting. They left, they turned on retargeting, boom, 20% raise. That's amazing. And oh, by the way, it wasn't any work, right? So that's kind of nice. And there's a lot more. And so this is, we're not going to do a whole Facebook fan club here tonight, but it's and what I want you to take away from this is that it's been like this for a while, and it's been getting better and better and better, and because the interests are aligned. So basically, sitting back and letting Facebook do the work for you. So I hope that I've made my case here. These products are easy to find because we know exactly what's selling online. It's easy to find out. We know what has margins. We know what has nice audiences. Easy. We know that platforms are cake with this model. We don't have to worry about content. We don't have to worry about the technical issues. We don't have to worry about design. We don't have to worry about copy. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And traffic, I just spent all that time trying to convince you that Facebook is, the next best thing, right? And if you need more, again, this speaks to what Andrew was saying, about the time and the business model. Do you want to be opening a department store now? No, you do not, right? Where's all that growth? It's online. The retail e-commerce growth curve is amazing. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. There's no end in sight. And you know what? Even if it did end, I don't care. It's so big. It's big enough. It can end tomorrow. It won't affect me, right? It's enormous. It's $5-6 billion a day. Same with Facebook. Facebook growth could end tomorrow. It doesn't matter. And by the way, it's not going to, right? Because the population of the earth is not going anywhere, and it's going up, and people are living longer, and more people have access to the internet and have access to credit cards, and it's not going to stop. But if it did, I don't even care, because there's so much there already. It doesn't matter. It's just this time and this business model, the online shopping trend, the Facebook machine. So we love e-commerce. We absolutely kill it. We, like I said, we sell millions and millions of dollars a year online in a bunch of different ways. But we hate cash flow issues too. That's the one weakness. Believe me, when you write checks for Christmas inventory, that are for each product that are 6-figure checks, those aren't real fun days. Nobody likes to do that. It's a good problem to have, right? But nobody likes to do that. And if you look at this traditional business model of e-commerce, we got our hero over here on the left. He's not a happy guy. He's not a happy guy because the first thing he has to do for his new business is he has to spend a lot of money, thousands of dollars to place an order, to get his inventory. It goes to a supplier. Maybe it takes 30 days to manufacture, 60 days. Maybe it takes 90 days to ship because it's on a boat from China. That's pretty realistic. Maybe it takes another couple of weeks to get to Amazon, as far as in their inventory. Maybe it then takes 2 months to sell. Then maybe they take 2 weeks or 4 weeks to pay you. By the time I get money back, it's, I'm constantly chasing my tail here with cash flow, right? And if you juxtapose that with the model that we're talking about here, it's dramatically different. Here's our hero over on the right, and he's a happy guy. Why is he happy? Because the first thing he gets to do is get paid. He gets paid. That's better. We already talked about the website. You know what that is. We already talked about the products that are on that. You know what we're selling there. You know where the traffic comes from. So the traffic comes to the website. Say it's Monday morning, 9 a.m. Joe Smith comes to the website and says, I want this red widget. He puts it in the cart. It's $15. We add on $2.50 for shipping. There's a total of $17.50. He hits the buy button. He uses PayPal. And at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, without doing anything, our hero has $17.50. Maybe around lunchtime, he decides he's going to process the orders for the day. And he says, okay, well, let me get over to the manufacturer, or uses our software. It happens automatically. Goes over to the manufacturer and he says, Joe Smith needs this red widget. Here's $10 because that's what we agreed I was going to pay for this. Here's $10. Send it to Joe Smith. Here's his information. I'll take the tracking number, please. And our hero never sees the product, never sees the widget, never handles it, and got the money up front, and he pockets the $7.50 difference. And that's why he's happy. There you go.
Guys, just type in the chat box if this all makes sense to you. Type a yes in the chat box if you're seeing the power here, if you're seeing the simplicity in this model and how because you don't have to put any money down. You can scale it so much quicker than other models out there. It's incredibly powerful, and hopefully it's kind of falling into place. And because of all of these things that Steve's been talking about, I mean, you control everything, it works fast, and this all leads to inevitable results. It's no longer a game of chance, and your earning potential is huge, unlike anything we've ever seen before. Here you can see a website which we registered on the 16th of February, so just about 12 days ago or so. You can see that red arrow, it points to the registration date, and the website is 808gate.com. Okay, these are the first few days of the website. You can see this is the first day when we purchased it, didn't do anything, maybe a couple of days here setting things up, started making money. On the 7th day, this one here, we did over $200 in sales. So this is the kind of thing that we're able to do over and over and over again. And again, this here is not an anomaly. This is quite normal for us to be able to get these kind of results. Type in number 1 in the chat box if you want to see this website, to see what it looks like. Now, all right, lots of people are typing 1 in the chat box. That's great. Here you can see the website, and you can check it out later if you want to. It sells simple little products. It's not related to one specific niche. It's all kinds of different assorted products. Some of them are very cheap, some of them are more expensive, and it makes sales. And I'm going to show you a couple of the example products in just a moment. So I'm going to ask you something here. This is a simple Facebook ad. It's selling some little pocket watches that are themed in the medical arena, the medical profession. Who do you think you could target with these pocket watches? Who would be a good target audience? If you remember, Steve was talking about that just a few moments ago. Who would be a good target audience for this? Ian says nurses. Michelle says doctors, medical professionals. Yeah, exactly. You're getting the idea. This is not rocket science. We're just targeting nurses. Okay. So we run that ad. We target nurses. Nurses start clicking on that. They come to our website. Some people are going to buy. And then we instantly get the money in our PayPal account. We're good to go. Here's a couple of examples of winning ads. The one on the right is an innovative bicycle light. The one on the left is a telescopic fishing rod. And these are the types of things that we set up and run. Now, believe it or not, this here is a winning ad. These are both winning ads. Both products are making us sales every day. This is a winning ad, but it's got a spelling mistake in worldwide. It doesn't matter though, because people see the image. Most people don't even read this. It's statistically proven that most people don't even read this. They see the image. The image does all the talking in Facebook. That's why it's absolutely key that you get a good image. And if you are doing any Facebook advertising, just remember that the image is absolutely critical. Okay, so good image, people go through and they buy the product. Simple. Here are results from the first 10 days, over $1,300 in sales. Pretty exciting stuff. And again, we operate at around about a 50% margin. This one here is actually a 47% profit margin. So first 10 days, $625 profit. You can see orders coming in every few hours here. Now, when this website is more established and scaled, you'll be getting orders every few minutes. But right now, it's an order every couple of hours or so. And that's fine to begin with. Most people would be pretty happy with this. Just type yes in the chat box if you'd be happy with this kind of result 10 days in, getting an order every few hours. Most people would be pretty happy with this. Again, it's not a multi-million-dollar website. It's just a solid website that provides good income day after day after day, and it can be scaled. In fact, it's easy to scale. There really is no limit on these things, but if you are in a very sort of tightly focused niche and you sort of max out, then you just launch a new website. It's easy. Okay. Here you can see some student results, $40,500 in 2 months from the 1st of December to the 28th of January. More student results. This person, this is her first website. She did 2,511 sales in this monthly period. And that was $61,000 in sales. So I mentioned 40 to 50% profit margin. In 1 month, that would mean somewhere in the vicinity of $25,000 to $30,000 profit, which is pretty darn pretty darn good in anyone's books. And here you can see a bank account, hundreds or thousands of dollars rolling in day after day after day after day. Another student results, this is from 1 month, $67,000. Here you can see another student's results, hundreds of dollars coming in day after day after day. Actually, this is hour after hour after hour. This is the hours in a day. And this particular person still works in their day job, and they earn more on this website, which took them just a couple of months to set up and build to this level, than they make in their career. They've been working in their career for 20 years to get to where they are, and they already make more money from this website than they do in their job, which they've been working on for 20 years. So this is a side income which can be enormous. And here you can see the potential, $219,000 in 1 month. This is what's at stake here. This is the big opportunity online right now. You can piggyback on this major e-commerce trend, and you can use a system which is 100% tried and tested and proven to work. And now is the time. There's never been a better time to build one of these businesses. Now, when I got started, I took path one. Path one is to go it alone. There are two paths that you can take. Path one is to go it alone. It took me 2 years to get to the point where I was earning enough money to be able to quit my day job. 2 years. And that was because I was just trying to figure all this out for myself. I didn't have a good blueprint to follow. Now, our most successful or dedicated, I should say, students can get to $100,000 per year run rates in just 8 to 12 weeks. And in fact, 3 of the people you're seeing on here speak English as a second language. So there you go. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you are, what language you speak, you can make this work. 55 days. Ricardo, in 55 days, earned $5,000. He's in Portugal. He's a family man. He's got 2 daughters. He works a day job, and he spends 2 hours a day running this business on the side. And he makes more in this side business than he makes in his day job. Now, it took him, in his first 55 days, he earned $5,000. But what's even more exciting is he got to a run rate, an earning rate of $405 per day. Now, that's about $150,000 a year, which is, again, pretty exciting. Rory, 78 days, he published this in our Facebook group, and he went to from $0 to $1,467 in a single day. And then here's Nikos, who is crushing it. In his first 213 days, he earned over $1 million using this. He didn't have any special knowledge, any special know-how, but he just implemented the system and got amazing results. I'm going to show you some screenshots now from people in the Facebook group who have just been commenting. Here's Rory again. He says, I love these $4,000 days. $4,281 yesterday. You can see 26th of February there. He just published this in the Facebook group. Here's another person. $58,000 in sales between the 1st of February to the 28th of February. Again, this is published in the Facebook group. Here's another one which I saw. $43,000 in the month of February.
I don't think we can get Nikos to publish anymore, to post anymore on Facebook because he's too damn busy.
Yeah, this one here came in on the 26th of February, so again, a couple of days ago. A milestone was reached yesterday, $1,045 in 1 day. So this person cracked the $1,000 per day mark, which is obviously awesome. And then here's another person. As you can see, it's the 100K Factory Facebook group, $136,000 between the 1st of November and the 23rd of February. So, I mean, the proof is just jaw-dropping. Everyone who implements this and really follows the system tends to get results. Okay, it's very much a numbers game, and it can work for anyone. Okay, now being able to follow in the footsteps of people who have already done what you want to do is without doubt one of the fastest paths to success. I mean, if you want to get good at something, then why don't you just learn or copy from someone who's already good at it? Okay. You can start this business regardless of what you're already doing. You've seen a lot of screenshots from people who work this on the side. It's a nice side income. Some people have managed to quit their day jobs. Other people are, affiliate marketers, and they've come into this and they've been able to complement what they're doing. So it can work for anyone. We've sold millions of products online over the past decade, but the thing that inspires us most and really drives us forward is hearing these life-changing stories for example, in our Facebook group, or when we meet people face-to-face. I mean, that never gets old. It's 100% proven to work. Here's some more stories for you. $50,000 in her first few months, that's Eriko. Satish, $100,000 in his first 5 months. Martin from Scotland, $70,000 in his best month. I'm not going to read all of these out because, I think you get the picture. Anyone can do this. You just have to be dedicated and follow the system. Follow the proven formula. There are no barriers to entry. There's no special experience. There's no glass ceilings on what you can earn, and you can scale very, very quickly. Everyone starts out at zero. We quickly show you how to get to $10 a day, then scale to $100 a day, $1,000 a day, onwards and upwards. Now, we would love to have you as a success story. We are absolutely certain that everyone who's on this call right now can do this because we've seen so many people come through and do it in the past. We've put together a complete package of training, tools, and hand-holding support, and for the first time ever, we will actually do it for you. So we're giving you everything you need to change your life with this business model starting today. The program that we've come out with is called 100K Factory Revolution. This is not our first 100K Factory program. We first started introducing this business model a couple of years ago in 2015, and we've been building on that year after year, getting better and better at what we do, which is why the student results are just jaw-dropping. We're getting so many people who are getting good results with this. So the 100K Factory program can give you freedom, essentially. Financial freedom, I mean, that we've shown you that in spades. Time freedom, we've shown you that's a business that you can run on just a couple of hours per day if you want to, when, and this is a big business. And location freedom, you've seen that people from all over the world are doing this. You can do it from anywhere. The program is split up into 3 different phases. The first phase is to initiate. This is how you go from 0 to $274 per day. $274 per day profit is $100,000 per year. So that's kind of like a special milestone that we try to get folks to reach. Once you're there, we talk about automating and scaling up the business and then replicating the system to grow it. Everything that we've discussed so far, all of the strategies that Steve spoke about, are covered in month 1 of the program. We've got this down to a science. We're able to systematically roll these websites out over and over and over again, and we don't always earn $47,000 in our first month. Okay, but that's okay. Sometimes in the first month, maybe we'll only make $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. But we've got it down to a science where we can always make money from these websites because we know exactly how they need to be set up and run. So what we're going to do in the 100K Factory Revolution program is guide you through the system, have you hand-pick a product. We've actually done this for you. Install your website. You can do that at the push of a button. Identify your buyers. Initiate your traffic machine, optimize your conversions, launch a super funnel, and then rinse and repeat. That, in a nutshell, are the 7 steps that we go through. And we've got special tools and systems in place to do all of this for you. These are the 8 different game changers, we call them, the 8 different components of the package. I'm going to go through them in more detail here. The first is called the blueprint. This is our top secret recipe. This shows you how you can build an insanely lucrative business in 60 days or less. Okay, it's divided into the 3 steps. The blueprint is built on years of development. Okay, as I mentioned, we started out with the 100K Factory model back in 2015, and each year we've been getting better and better, learning more and more. So you're getting the entire blueprint, the recipe, the method that we use to build these lucrative businesses. The second is the command center. Now, the command center is how you build, install, and populate your website in a matter of seconds. This is where you can control everything at the push of a button. You can identify the best product opportunities, track vital metrics for your website, create captivating images, and much, much more. The command center is actually a sophisticated software suite. It's web-based, so you can control everything from one place. We've poured over $200,000 into developing this over the past couple of years to get it to where it is today. It's got a value of $2,997. The next thing, and this is a huge game changer, is the ignition packs. We've got 500 ignition packs ready for you, waiting for you on the inside. What is an ignition pack? An ignition pack gives you everything you need to know to be able to quickly hit the ground running in 500 different niches. Okay, so you're getting 500 different pre-selected niches, 1,000 pre-selected products, detailed demographic data for those products. You're getting exact screenshots that show you how to do the targeting inside Facebook so you can tap in to these lucrative audiences. We have never been able to put something like this together before because it's just a daunting task. We've been working on these ignition packs for the past 6 months. We've invested $75,000 in wages to a team of experts who've been behind the scenes putting these together, testing out different things and collaborating all the different data from the different sources. Each one of these ignition packs is about 13 pages long. So these are incredibly valuable. We're literally doing it for you. The fourth game changer is what we call the accelerators. These are things that help you get results faster and easier. You've got a push button store builder. You've got an audience exploration tool. You've got a tool to create your ads, which are going to get clicked in Facebook. You've got a tool to fulfill your orders in a matter of seconds. You've got a tool to help you build out your super funnels. You've got different funnel scripts and much, much more. All of these things are designed to make your life easier, okay? The accelerators have got a value of $2,997. Now, just type a 1 in the chat box if you've ever tried any type of Facebook advertising in the past. Just type a 1 in the chat box if you've tried it. And it's okay if you haven't. It's absolutely fine if you haven't. But if you have, you'll know that there's different metrics which Facebook will give you. It'll tell you you've had 1,000 impressions. You've had 50 clicks. You've had 2 people purchase. The frequency of your ad is such and such. To be able to effectively run marketing campaigns on Facebook, you need to know how to interpret this data and turn this data into strategic decisions. You need to know how to make these decisions. And that's been a stumbling block for a lot of people over the past few years. So what we've done is we've built a marketing supercomputer that we call Vulcan to do it for you. It manages and controls your campaigns with machine-like precision. This is an ad guru that automatically crunches all the data, slices and dices all the metrics, and then tells you what to do. It leverages a proprietary advertising algorithm to tell you when to kill your ads, when to scale your ads, when to change your ads. It makes the decisions for you, okay? It saves you time, eliminates costly errors, and it makes you money. I'm incredibly excited about you getting your hands on this because this is an absolute game changer. Nothing like this exists today. It just doesn't exist. This is going to be a complete game changer for people who are doing any kind of Facebook advertising. It's got a value of $4,997. The Operations Hub is your personalized warehouse and operations center in North Carolina. How many people here do not live in the United States? If you do not live in the United States, type a number 2 in the chat box. If you do not live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, then this is going to be hugely valuable to you, okay? Because it basically gives you an address and your own warehouse in the United States that you can use for product returns. Not only that, but you can use it to fulfill your orders. So one of the common questions we get is, doesn't it take a long time to bring these to ship these orders out to your customers? It doesn't. You can do it in 7 days or less. But if you're fulfilling from in the United States to someone who's purchased in the United States using our special Operations Hub warehouse, you can do it in a matter of days. Okay, it will save you money. It will allow you to scale to thousands of dollars per day. It will simplify your operation, and it will just make your life much, much easier. Now, if you are in the United States, it's also a major benefit for you as well, because you can do all of these things as well. Okay, so it's a benefit for everyone. You won't get many product returns. We typically see about 1 product return for every 300 orders. So it's a pretty good problem to have. You know, if you're making 300 orders per day and you get 1 return per day, it's pretty good business at that point. So having access to this doesn't have any extra cost to you. It's got a value of $1,497. The Alliance is next. This is our members-only Facebook community. It's locked down. It's strictly private. You'll be able to use this to connect with your fellow members, keep your finger on the pulse of advanced new tactics, and there's another way that you can ask questions and get support. So we are in this group every single day. Steve and I, we get involved in here. All of these screenshots that I showed you just a moment ago, these are all from the 100K Factory Facebook group from 2016, okay? These are all from that group, you can see. So you're going to get access to the special Facebook group for 100K Factory Revolution as well. The coaching, we provide unbeatable support. We've got an incredible team of experts, strategic experts, technical experts, and of course Steve and I are in there as well answering questions. We've got you covered. If you're worried about anything at all, don't be. We've helped thousands of people build successful businesses over the years, and we can help solve any problem that you have. And if we don't know the answer to a question you've got, rest assured we will find it out, because we've got a whole network of experts who are working this business model. The support that we provide involves a huge investment of time on our part, and it's got a value of $9,997 over the course of the year. Remember, you're getting direct access to us, our expert coaches, our technical team, and everyone else that works behind the scenes. We charge $12,000 a year for one-on-one coaching. You're getting the best of both worlds, because not only are you getting access to us, but also our coaches, our technical team, and everyone else. Now, there is a catch. There are 3 special bonuses which we've set up for people who are on this call right now. These are only available to people who are on this workshop. The first is the 100K Brain Trust recordings. Now, Steve mentioned that we got together in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago with some of our successful sellers. These are people that are all selling $1,000 per day or more from the system. We got down and we had a big think tank meeting. We sat down in true mastermind style and just talked about all different aspects of this business. We recorded the entire thing. We've got about 6 hours of footage, which you'll get complete access to. This has not been shared with anyone before, and you're getting complete access to that. The second thing is Crowdforce. Now, Crowdforce is traffic software traditionally, but what we're using it for this business model is mining competitive Facebook pages and sucking out the Facebook posts that have performed the best. So we can identify already proven products to sell. So you'll get complete lifetime access to Crowdforce. That's got a value of $1,164 per year. You're getting lifetime access to that. And then we've got more training for you from another one of our super sellers who we invited to a special mastermind that we had in London recently. And this super seller is doing $5,000 per day. He did 2 presentations explaining his business model, how he was able to build his business, and you get full access to those training recordings as well. So a recap of what you're getting the blueprint. This is how we run the business model. This is all of the intelligence that we've built up over the past few years. You get the command center. This is your headquarters. This is your dashboard where you can control everything. You're getting the ignition packs. This is all the done-for-you components, okay? The done-for-you components that allow you to hit the ground running and eliminate costly mistakes that other people would otherwise fall into. Eliminate those traps. The 100K Accelerator is a whole suite of different software tools. Vulcan, this is a complete game changer software to your marketing supercomputer to help you manage your campaigns. You're getting the Operations Hub warehouse, the Facebook page, the Alliance, the coaching, and these special bonuses. The value here is enormous, $33,611. We've invested over $400,000 in putting these different components together. We need these things for our own business anyway, but I just want you to know that this is not some shiny object plugin that you're going to add to your website. These are sophisticated, real business tools, okay? Real business tools. when we closed down 100K Factory last year, we had over 13,000 people on the waiting list, and there's a lot of people who are just waiting to jump into this right now. Our personal time is being invested supporting all of our members. We do have an amazing team of coaches behind the scenes, but their time is obviously limited as well. So we can't take thousands of people into this. We've also got a limit on the number of ignition packs. So, we are limited by the number of people that we can take in, and spaces are filling up very quickly. We will shut down when we hit capacity, just like we did in 2016. The first training session starts on Friday, so that's this Friday, just a few days from now, Friday the 3rd of March, we're going to get going. We have no plans to reopen this. This has the potential to change your life. You do not want to miss out on this. It's enormously valuable. Obviously, we're not going to ask you to pay $33,000 or $14,997 for it. Consider $9,997. If you knew that this is going to be something that's going to earn you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 profit per month and pretty much passive income month after month after month, do you think that this would be a good investment? Or if this is something that sets you up for a comfortable retirement, would it be worth investing $9,997 in? Hopefully you can see that it would, but we're not going to ask you for that either, not even half of that.
You can get started today for 3 payments of $997. In fact, you can get started for even less. The link is on the screen there, 100kfactory.com/VIP. If you take the one-time payment option, you can get in for a $494 discount. So you've got 2 different options. One is a split payment plan, 3 payments of $997, or you can get an instant discount by taking the one-time payment option. That's 1 payment of $2,497. We've got you covered with a 100% money back guarantee. You've got 60 days to test this out for yourself. If for any reason at all you just changed your mind within 60 days, we'll refund your money. No hard feelings, no questions asked. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, that sounds great. I'm 100% covered for the investment in 100K Factory Revolution, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? Well, we've got you covered there as well, because we've got a double your money guarantee. We call this our double money back guarantee. And what you're getting is not only a 100% refund within 60 days, but as long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our support system and our tools and resources, we guarantee to buy back your business for $500 if for some weird reason you're unable to make sales. So not only are you getting the 60-day guarantee here, but we're putting $500 of our own money on the line. As long as you follow the system, this is how confident we are that you're going to be able to get results from this. As long as you follow the system, you can not only get a full refund, but also an extra $500 cash as well. So you've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. We want to change your life and don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. Spaces are filling up fast. Spaces are filling up very fast. We are limited to the number of people that we can help, so you need to move fast or you will miss out. The registration period will be ending soon. If you visit the URL below and see sold out, then I'm sorry, but you've missed it. Waiting just one more day to register, you risk letting technical issues, life, or anything else get in your way. Once the registration period ends, that's it. 0 extra people will be allowed in. Last time we had people begging us to let them in. They're still waiting, and they have been for 10 long months because we haven't let anyone else into the program in the past 10 months. And just to clarify right now, this program that we are giving you the opportunity to jump into today is completely different to what we've done in the past. It's new, improved, you can get results faster. We've rebuilt it from the ground up. So here's what you need to do right now. Go to the URL below, 100kfactory.com/VIP, and we would love to have you on the inside. You can get started immediately on the pre-class materials, and we kick this thing off on Friday. So one of the biggest, most important things that I think 100K Factory Revolution can give you is time, because it allows you to condense your learning curve from years into just 12 weeks. So We've got a special bonus here for the first 20 action takers, and I'll walk you through that. If you're jumping in right now, just type your name in the chat box, and I'll make sure that you're getting this bonus. So I can see that Luis, Janelle, Sharon, Michael, Mark, Brendan and Sue have jumped in, and if you're jumping in, just type jumping in the chat box as well. Okay, I can see Stephen has jumped in, Jim, Dominic, Mason has jumped in as well. Okay, that's awesome, guys. So it looks like we've already got about 10 of these bonuses left now. I'll just work through them. The first is Bounce Breaker. This has got a value of $97 a month. We sell this for $97 a month. And what it is a state-of-the-art conversion suite. It allows you to build dynamic pop-ups, ribbon-style announcement bars, page takeover pop-ups, countdown timers, and much, much more. All of these things are designed to boost your conversions and to help you generate more email subscribers as well. So you're getting lifetime unrestricted access to this. You're also getting 100 extra ignition packs. So you're obviously getting the 500 ignition packs as part of this program. But in addition to that, if you're in the first 20 people to jump in right now, you're going to get 100 extra done-for-you business ignition packs as well. So this is 100 more niches, 200 more pre-selected products. These allow you to hit the ground running. These will be locked down in the members area. The reason we need you to type your name in here is because we need to upgrade you in the members area so that you can actually access these. If you've already jumped in previously, we'll make sure that you get these as well. A few people were saying that they have already jumped in, so we'll make sure you get them. The link is on the screen there, 100kfactory.com/VIP. Head over there now. The third special bonus for the first 20 people is the success panel. Okay, so you'll be invited to get on a call with a panel of some of the most successful 100K Factory members, people who have been through the program and are absolutely crushing it. Okay, so you can get tips from people who started out from zero in 2016 and are now earning thousands per day. You can learn from their successes and from their mistakes as well. So, you know, the results that our students have got has been absolutely phenomenal. And we know that you can get some results like this for yourself. So, with that said, I'm going to hand it over to you, Mark. I know you've got a few comments that you want to make there.
Oh, that was absolutely awesome. Your student results are off the charts. And I've even met, by the way, guys that are listening in on this, I have even met several of their students in person who are doing extremely well, and I highly recommend the 100K Factory Revolution system for anyone that is interested in making huge profits by selling physical products. If you like the idea of this business model, then I highly recommend that you get in right away before the doors close. I remember last year when the doors closed, and it was a great system then, and it's an even better system now. And I remember last year there was a lot of people complained. I know some of you guys that are on this webinar were probably disappointed at missing out then. So make sure that you're not disappointed this time around. If you do have any inkling that you want to join, then make sure that you pay close attention to my bonuses package, because I've got some exclusive bonuses now that I'm just going to let you know about that are going to take you through to the next level. They're going to make they're going to give you an unfair advantage over other members of the 100K Factory, and you'll see why in just a second. But I mean, I've seen firsthand that anyone can actually do this method. Because I mean, I've seen people that have not made $1 before online go ahead, make their first sales within a matter of weeks, scale from $10 a day to $100 a day to $1,000 a day. It's incredible. Anyway, we're going to take some questions soon, but first I want to share my exclusive bonuses. Aidan, it's probably easiest if you walk people through these, and then right after that, it would be really great if you guys can take some live questions. And if that's okay with you, I'll let you take it away. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's work through your bonus pack right now. The first is the 100K Factory VIP Sniper software suite. You'll be given 2 years access to this. It's a private suite consisting of 3 software tools designed to give you a competitive advantage when it comes to finding high profit physical products, niches and suppliers. So the first is the physical product sniper. The way this works is you can enter any keyword and it will automatically pull from Facebook the top selling products in that niche. Okay, so you'll see the ads that have been used, you'll see the number of likes and shares on each ad, and you can follow through and check out the websites as well. So that's the first part of this sniper software suite. The second part is Web Store Spy Tool. Now, what Mark has done here has he's paid a premium licensing fee to access some private APIs, which will allow you to uncover numerous websites that follow the just pay shipping dropshipping model. Okay, so again, you just enter in a keyword like handbag, necklace, bracelet, and so on, and it'll instantly bring up a list of websites that are already successful and have products in those niches. Okay, it's a huge time saver, very, very powerful. And you'll also get the dropship scavenger. This tool pulls results directly from AliExpress, allows you to sort and filter based on keywords, seller reputation, and much, much more. So that's the first big bonus that Mark's got there for you, 100kfactory.com/VIP. The second is the red carpet support. So in addition to the support that we offer you inside the 100K Factory program, you'll also get access to an additional private VIP support service that we've put in place specifically for people who jump in through Mark's special link. Okay, this will ensure that your private requests and questions that you send into us are expedited and given the top priority. Okay, so we're going to make sure that you get the red carpet treatment. The third bonus is Kindle Cashflow Academy. This is about selling ebooks on Kindle. You're getting access to a mixture of cutting-edge training, case studies, tools. The training is based around a 60-day plan, which is designed to take you from $0 to $1,000 per month. This is week-by-week training that was previously sold for $16.97. And there's ebook generation software in there as well. You're also getting Lead Mastery. This is an exclusive on-stage training that reveals the three most effective ways to generate leads and subscribers using Facebook. This cutting-edge presentation has only ever been seen by a small group of 35 people, so you're going to get the full recording showing you everything. Okay. The fifth bonus is Facebook Profit Secrets of Mr. M. This is the full recordings from a live in-person workshop where Mr. M revealed exactly how he's making over $170,000 per month. This is a similar and complementary method to what you'll learn in 100K Factory. However, Mr. M has his own strategy as well, so you'll be able to get another viewpoint on a lot of the strategies that we use. The sixth bonus is how to make huge profits from tiny little $9.95 products. Okay, this is an incredibly high value recording from a private online workshop that Mark did, and it shows you step by step how to make huge profits from low price $9.95 digital products. You'll see the entire process that he uses, and even examples of his own very successful products that follow this formula. The seventh bonus is like an extra safety net. So what Mark is doing here, because he knows the 100K Factory program is incredibly effective, he's saying that he's going to back you up and will refund up to $1,000 of your Facebook advertising expense. So I'll just read out what he says. I'm guaranteeing that if you follow this program correctly, follow all the instructions, and if you do not make money with the system, then I'll refund up to $1,000 of your Facebook advertising expenses. Okay, so this is the ultimate risk reversal. It's valid for 6 months. It's an extra safety net because remember, we've also got a 60-day money-back guarantee and the $500 cashback guarantee as well. Okay. The eighth bonus is e-commerce domination, and this is a private workshop that Mark ran to his advanced mastermind, and you'll see how his special guest has made millions selling physical products online. Okay, you'll get to see behind the scenes from this workshop where he reveals his best strategies for maximizing the profit ratio from this incredibly powerful business model. Okay, so you'll get all of that as well. Now, there are a couple of other bonuses that Mark has. Let me actually open up Mark's website here. So the first thing that I want to show you is the special link that you need to use, 100kfactory.com/VIP. If you open that page, as you'll see, I've done here, you'll see that you've got two different payment options. One is the instant payment, one payment of $2,497. That's the option that most people take because it gives you quite a big instant discount. The other is three payments of $997, and you can see that you're backed up by the ironclad, no questions asked guarantee as well. So that's the first thing. The second thing to show you is this special VIP bonus that Mark has put together. You can go to 100kfactoryvip.com. If you scroll down here, you will see that there's an overview of all the different components, and you'll also see Mark's special bonus as well. So we've walked through all of these. There's just a couple here that we haven't mentioned. There's Bounce Breaker Beta. You're going to get access to that, and I did actually mention that a little bit earlier. And the Amazon Physical Product Academy. This is how we sell physical products on Amazon, and is the perfect and really the natural next step to progress to after you've started selling physical products on your own website. Okay, so here's all the information about how to claim your bonus. You can check that out. I'm going to jump back over to the slides now, and we're going to take some questions.
We have a question here from Sharon. Steve, she says, if you take action and follow the instructions, how long before you make enough to cover the costs of the course?
I was struggling to find an exact week in the curriculum, but certainly within the first 6 weeks. Our goal is to get the first sale in the first 4 weeks. Probably week 3 or 4. And our second goal is to have a run rate of $100,000 a year, $274 a day, by the end of week 8. So, somewhere in there, you're going to hit the cost of the course. Yeah.
And I'll tell you from personal experience, just watching different people, people do progress at different rates, obviously.
Sure.
But people like Ricardo, who we showed you the screenshot of earlier, he did $5,000 in sales in his first 55 days. And he was starting from complete zero with this, and he works full-time job, so he didn't even have much time to invest in this. That was actually another one of the questions we have here is, how long does it take? We typically say, look, between 7, 8, 9 hours per week to get you up and running. We will have normally 1 to 2 hours of training per week, but you can move forward at your own pace. So it's not like it's not like you have to be on the training each week. If you can go at your own pace, and you can go faster if you want as well.
All right. Let's see. You want me to work down? I've got a few questions that I've been kind of holding on to here. There were still a bunch of questions about returns, and I can't tell you, that's just so low on the list of things to worry about. It's right up there with worrying about competition, or right down there with worrying about competition, which is you shouldn't have to worry about it at all. It just doesn't happen. And if it does, you've got the return center. We take care of it, so you really don't need to worry about it. I got some questions about, customer support and how much customer support is there. And obviously that's directly correlated with the number of orders that you have. I mean, poor Nikos, he sure as hell can't do his own customer service anymore. It's just too much, right? There's just so many orders coming in. But it's a good problem to have, right? I mean, you should be able to do your own customer, like Ricardo. This is a good example. Ricardo, I know, does his own customer service. He seems to really enjoy it. And I find that a lot of people do. That was another takeaway that I had. Even the people that I think should be outsourcing their customer service by now, because they're doing a lot of volume, they seem to enjoy it. And I from my experience, what that comes from is when you become an entrepreneur and you start to sell things and you start to sell things to customers, you actually tend to get interested in that and passionate about it. Believe it or not. Most of the things that, well, not most, all of the things that we sell, and again, we sell millions and millions of dollars online, lots and lots of different things. I don't know that I was really terribly interested in any of them until we started to sell them. But the minute they start putting food on your table, you start to have like real interest in them and the people that buy them. It's just sort of an automatic thing. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I'm not maybe answering the question, but I don't think it's a big deal. And when it becomes a big deal, it's a good problem to have, and it's very simple to outsource. So,
Are there any additional costs? That's a question from Tom.
yeah. So, I mean, there are always some incidental costs. I mean, there's certainly none from us. We don't, we try really hard to make sure that's the case, where there's no upsells or incremental sells, or you can only do one website and then you got to pay more. I mean, we don't play any of those games. So there's no other costs from us. There are some incidental costs with building this business. You have to get a domain, which is whatever, $10, less than $10. You've got to get hosting, which can be really cheap. You have to get those are probably the big fixed costs, and then you've got some advertising costs. Obviously, now I think you need to break advertising costs into two things. One is for testing, and that is a very, very small budget. We can test chunks of audiences like we've been talking about for like $1, or sometimes $3, something like that. And so that is very, very tiny. The actual ad costs to run your business, that you really can't even think about, because again, if you're getting $5, $6, $8 back, you want to spend a fortune on that, right? And you control it though, and you only spend it if you're getting the $5, $8, $9 back.
All right, so just to update you, those 20 spots have been taken now. If you have missed out on them, what we will do is I'm going to do a recap now of the entire, all the different components. So I'll do a recap of all the different components, and if you are able to jump in while I'm doing that recap, I'll make sure that you get all of the bonuses that we have just done. So as long as you're in the next 5 minutes before we finish up this workshop, I'll make sure that you get all of the bonuses that I've just been mentioning. And I want to thank Robert for jumping in. Tim has jumped in. Melissa has just jumped in. We've had Sean jump in. Adam is in. Bevan is in. We've had Dr. Muhammad has just jumped in. Ed is in. We've had Julia. We've had Brian. Jason is in. Zelda has just jumped in. Congratulations, Zelda. Oana is in. Nathan is in. And Mark is in. So we went way over the 20 there, but I just didn't realize that so many people were jumping in. So here's what we will do. As long as you jump in before I finish this call here, then we'll make sure that you get all of the bonuses that we've mentioned. Okay, so I'm going to do a recap now of the entire system, and then we're going to wrap this up. So 100K Factory Revolution is broken into 3 phases. The first is to initiate. This is where you go from 0 to $274 per day. It's your income injection. Once you've done that, you don't stop there. You can focus on growing your business, okay, and automating a lot of the different things that the different components to the business. So growing it, automating it, all while earning more money, and then replicating. This is the model in a nutshell. A visitor comes to your website, they buy. When they buy, you get paid instantly, and then only after you've been paid, you pay the supplier, and the supplier sends the product to the customer. This is what we're going to cover in the first 8 weeks. We've got this down to a science at this point. We know how to do this over and over again, and you're going to learn how to do it as well. The 7 steps are to hand pick a product. We've done this for you. Install your website. We've set this up so that you can do it at the push of a button. Identify your buyers. We've done this for you in the ignition packs. Initiate your traffic machine and boost and optimize conversions. Vulcan is going to single-handedly take care of this for you. Launch your super funnel. We haven't spoken that much about the super funnels because it's something you do after you're making money already, but we've got that covered because we've got exact copy and paste scripts that we use in our super funnels and the software that you need to build them. And then we rinse and repeat. So the 8 components here, I'm going to race through them now. The first is the blueprint. This is everything that we've learnt about this business model over the past few years. It's our secret recipe. This is exactly how we get money coming in quickly and how we've been able to do it over and over and over again. The second game changer is the command center. This is how you build, install, and populate your website in a matter of seconds. It allows you to eliminate errors, makes it 100% foolproof, and gives you zero chance of setting it up wrong. Okay. Module 2 of the command center allows you to scan and identify the best products. Module 3, track vital metrics and focus on fulfillment. And we've got a lot more in there as well. This is sophisticated software. We've invested over $200,000 to develop this. It's got a value of $2,997. Game changer number 3 is the ignition packs. This is done for you everything, okay? Done for you niche, done for you product selection, done for you demographic data, done for you targeting, and you've got 500 of these ignition packs. In fact, if you jump in before we finish the call, you're going to get an extra 100 as well. We are literally doing it for you. This is one of the absolute keys to succeeding with this business model, okay? The accelerators, a whole range of different tools and softwares here, the store builder, the audience explorer, the ad wizard, the fulfillment robot, the super funnel builder, fill in the blanks, funnel scripts, and much, much more. These are designed to help you get results faster and easier. Then we've got Vulcan. Vulcan is the 5th game changer. It's like a marketing supercomputer that controls your campaigns with machine-like precision. It's like having an ad guru working on your team in the background who automatically crunches all the important metrics, slices and dices the data, and tells you what to do. It's vital that you know how to interpret the data that you've got from your advertising campaigns and how to tweak your campaigns to make them more profitable. And that is what Vulcan shows you how to do, okay? It's enormously valuable. It's going to save you time, eliminate mistakes, and most importantly, it's going to make you money. It's got a value of $4,997. You're getting the Operations Hub. If you are not living in the United States, then this is a huge advantage because you've effectively got an address that you can use in the United States. You can send your product returns there. In fact, this is all 100% automated. It's all automated inside your website. We don't get many product returns, but we typically get about 1 in every 300 orders or so. So it's really not even a problem. But when you do get them, you need a place for them to be able to go. So you can just send them to our warehouse in North Carolina. We will process all of that for you. You can also use the warehouse for fulfillment. So this is a great option when you're scaling your business. The Operations Hub is designed to simplify your operation and make you more money. If you're located in the United States, by the way, you'll get all the same benefits that people outside the United States get as well. This has got a value of $1,497. You're getting the Alliance. This is the members-only Facebook community. You can connect with fellow members, keep your finger on the pulse of the most advanced tactics, ask questions, get support, seek motivation, and just participate as part of the community. And then you're getting the coaching. This is 1 year of direct access to us and our expert coaches and our technical team and everyone else that works behind the scenes. This is enormously valuable, and this is one of the main reasons why we just can't take that many people into this program. Okay, it's got a value of $9,997 over the course of the year. You're getting the 100K Brain Trust recordings, you're getting Crowdforce, you're getting the super seller secrets, and you're getting absolutely everything that you could possibly need to set this business up and start making money. It's 100% proven to work. You've heard the success stories. So many people are succeeding with this, and you can too. It's been life-changing for many of our members. Anyone can do this. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've succeeded in the past, failed in the past. It just doesn't matter. Now is the perfect time to jump on this bandwagon, build your money-making business, and just change your life, essentially. So the link is on the screen there, 100kfactory.com/VIP. We would love to have you on the inside with us. A business mentor of mine many years ago told me something which really stuck with me. He said, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. If you want to initiate some kind of a change in your life, and it doesn't matter what that change is, you just want to initiate some kind of a change, then you need to change something. You need to make a dramatic change. If you want to initiate a lifestyle change, maybe to have more geographic freedom, more time freedom, more financial freedom, then this is something that can help you. okay? If you don't jump into this, then the opportunity is just going to slide by. Some people are going to jump in and prosper, but if you're not in, then you're going to be just sitting out on the sidelines. What I like to do when I'm thinking about a new opportunity is just think, what's the worst that could happen? You've got zero financial risk, okay? You've got a 100% guarantee plus $500 cash on top of that, and Mark's got his $1,000 risk reversal for the Facebook ads as well, okay? This business is 100% private. You can get it set up, just by yourself, and you can start making money, okay? The only thing you need to invest here is some time, and believe me, it's time well spent. You're building a real business that could be paying you for many, many years to come. This is the opportunity that you've been waiting for, so please, I just recommend you to put your trust in us. This is not going to be around for much longer. We're starting on Friday, so you need to jump in just as soon as you can. You've got the 100% money back guarantee. You're going to get instant access to everything, and we would love to have you on the inside. So that's a summary of absolutely everything, guys. I know that about a whole bunch of people have just jumped in while I've been saying that. We've had Peter has jumped in, Jack has jumped in, Brian has jumped in, John is in, Johnny is in, Emma has just jumped in as well. Congratulations, Emma. We've had Chris is in, Byron is in, Gabby is in. Congratulations, Gabby. Steve has jumped in as well. Guys, I'm going to make sure that you get these bonuses. We are going to finish this call up right now. A few people have said, they need to talk to their husband or wife about this. A couple of people said they needed to shift some money around with their credit cards and stuff. What we're going to do is, as long as you jump in before we shut down, then I'll make sure that we get you upgraded to the special bonus, okay? We may need to do this manually, so just let us know, and you'll get all our support details once you're on the inside. We look forward to working with you. Don't delay, though, because we are getting started very, very soon, and I'd hate for you to miss out on this. So thank you once again for hanging out with us here today, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Thanks, guys.